I'm not that great with stories, but this one happened to me, so I should get it right. A few years back, I was in Israel, and I had walked to the Kosel really early in the morning, and it was too hot by the time I was done to walk back. So I decided to take a bus. The problem was I forgot to bring any money. So I'm looking around, and this lovely lady, very, very interesting looking character, she looked sort of like a caricature of a yummy grandmother in a duster looking kind of big dress and a little gray bun at the top of her head, very smiley with a big bag. And she said, "You look like you're missing something." And I said, "I am. I didn't bring any money. I was thinking of taking a bus. I guess I'll walk." And she said, "No, no, no." And she had this lovely, lovely Irish accent. She says, "No, let me have the honor of paying for your ride." And she gives me the shekel for the bus. And I noticed her necklace. She had one of those Hebrew name necklaces on, and it was Aleph Samach Aleph. I said, "That looks like an interesting name." She says, "Yes, it's Asa." I said, "Oh, that's a beautiful name. What, is that a Hebrew name?" And she said, "No, no, it's a name from my land. It's a name from Ireland." So I said, that's really something, Asa. And you're from Ireland? Are you visiting here? She said, "No, my husband and I live here." And she said, we're not from the chosen people. We weren't blessed with that privilege, okay? But we lived our life hoping to move here. My husband was an attorney in Ireland, and I was a businesswoman, and our whole life we planned this. We sold everything, we liquidated our assets, and we live in the Holy Land, and I just live a charmed life here. So I said, "Really? What do you do here?" She says, "Well, the first 3 hours in the morning, I pray." 3 hours. Then my husband and I, we work at a lovely soup kitchen, helping people that are, that are not able to help themselves, and we give them their daily meal, and we set them on their way with a smile. So we love that. And then we spend the day visiting terrorist victims in the hospital and doing acts of kindness for your people. And I said, "Asa, that's amazing." She says, "Yes, my kids think we're crazy." And I thought this was wild, but we decided that we wanted to be God's messengers. And God has chosen your people, and it's our honor to do something for you to benefit God's world. I'm like, this is too much. I can't even imagine. So then I said, "Asa, you just came from praying for 3 hours?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "That's a lot of praying." She says, "Well, you must pray a lot. You're one of the chosen people." And I nodded and smiled and imagined 3 hours a day. So I said, "What do you pray for 3 hours? Do you have lists of people? Do you have a lot of, things?" She said, "No, actually I don't. I focus on one thing, and then I use that as an umbrella to focus on everything else. I say, God, I want your kingdom to shine in the world, and I want all that comes along with that. So when I think of that, I realize that I get more bang for my buck because it includes all of those little things that I was spending a lot of time on. And this just brings me to a much deeper place of real focus. But you must know that." What do we do this week, this powerful week of Tisha B'Av? It's really, really easy to think of all of the things that the world is lacking. But Hashem is asking us to focus on something that incorporates it all. Rav Pincus says that during the year, Hashem gives us the ability to define where we go with our relationship with Him. The week of Tisha B'Av, He can't hide His pain. It's the week that He actually lets Himself, Kavyachol, show His tears. And He sees if we have the type of relationship where we cry along with Him, So we define our davening this week by what Rav Pincus calls echpatiyut, showing how much we care deeply, that whatever we're refraining from is just a taste of realizing that we're not where we need to be yet. Tears are a very powerful tool. Tears are the neshama's sweat through the body. Rav Hirsch says tears are the sweat of the neshama. It shows that we have a soul. And when we use those tears to cry for the right things, to cry for what we hope and what we yearn the world to be, that everything else that would have been our prayer comes along under that lofty and beautiful umbrella. So I thank the fact that I was missing those shekel, because Asa, in a very humbling way, taught me how to get more bang for the buck.